Hi guys, last week was a momentous week because on my birthday, my first book, Venus Pluto Letters to Lost Lovers, was finally published. It's a book that actually only took me a couple of weeks to write, but quite a while to birth into the world. So it's been an interesting process. Venus Pluto is a combination that I have astrologically in my natal birth chart. I have Venus square Pluto, which means that when I'm in relationships, particularly intimate relationships, that I'm deeply transformed in those relationships more than most people. It can also mean, but not always, that when those relationships end, that they end, that I don't stay friends with those people. So the book was inspired by the death of my daughter's father in late 2017. It was triggered by the fact that she didn't want me to talk about him or acknowledge me in our relationship, and we had been together for 15 years. And something in me said, nobody is going to tell me what I can and can't write about my relationships. So I wrote about 6 chapters in the course of 3 weeks. The chapter about my ex-husband was actually the most difficult one to write, which isn't surprising because it was quite a painful marriage. So the book is available for free on Amazon on Kindle until after midnight tonight. And I'm going to be doing a webinar on the book and reading some excerpts from the book in about 2 weeks' time. The date has yet to be announced. A couple of people have said to me I was very brave to bring it out during Mercury retrograde, but that was to a certain extent partly deliberate because, as we all know, Mercury retrograde is a time of deep internal processing. So the actual publication of the book has been a very deep internal process for me. It's interesting that it didn't happen until after my daughter died and also until after her memorial service was held. It was held in February. And quite poignantly, my own creativity has been, vastly expanded since her death. In some ways, her death has left me free to be my real, true creative self, which is not something I say lightly. I moved back to Court McSherry about 6 weeks ago, and since I moved back there, everything has just unfolded creatively in massive ways. So have a look at your own birth chart and see what aspects you have between Venus and Pluto. Venus is just about an awful lot more than love and seduction. It's also about our value system and who we love and how we love. And my natal Venus is in Taurus in the 12th house, which means that my private relationships tend to be very private, which is why it was such a big deal to write this book. Pluto then is all about deep, intense transformation. My Pluto is in the 4th house. So I have been, initially transformed by family relationships, and now technically I have no family, really, no birth family. I'm estranged from my sister, unfortunately. But what I've also learned is that close friends then become, your family, and that's the way life is. So if any of you want to ask me anything about the book, you can drop me an email on info@marthaclarkastrology.com or book a consultation on www.marthastrology.com, marthaclarkastrology.com. And otherwise, please purchase the book and download it, and I would appreciate reviews. It's quite an intimate book. It's very heartfelt. It's very true and very honest. So I really do hope you enjoy it, and I'll be posting more about it in the next few days. Thank you.